I appreciate everybody coming and being here. Obviously, extremely disappointed for our kids that we lost that football game. What a great football game it was. A lot of credit to OU. I thought that they made a tremendous amount of plays. I thought their backs were outstanding, and I thought Baker Mayfield made some key plays when needed to be when he needed to. So as all great teams do, they made the final plays down the stretch and found a way to win the football game. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank our crowd. I thought they were fantastic, inspiring, and I think they showed our players just how valued they are. So, as I told our team, I'm proud for our team, and doesn't mean I'm not angry about the game. And I want to make it very clear. We didn't play above our capabilities. We have not played to our capabilities yet, and we're going to continue to get better. Obviously, there's some things on defense, especially in terms of stopping the run, that were disappointing and have to get corrected, and we'll continue to work on those. Proud of a couple guys. Maurice Porter, who's probably one of our best offensive linemen, got hurt early on. Josh Malin had to step in, and I thought did a tremendous job. Chris Platt got hurt, and some other guys had to step in and rotate in a rotation at receiver. I thought Pooh Strickland was great doing that. Two more freshmen started tonight. Xavier Newman started on the offensive line, and Rodney R.J. Snead started at receiver. So proud of the young guys, and they had a chance to see what a tremendous Big 12 game can be. And I thought Zach Smith stood in there and competed at a super high level. So with that, I'll see what questions you have.
Your team grow up tonight. Did you see what you've been waiting to see, even though you didn't win the game?
Well, I think we saw it offensively. I think defensively we saw some of it last week. And I think, it'll be like anything else. We'll go in there and we'll see, we're one or two plays away from defense, one or two stops on defense, one or two not letting their backs kind of just run right through us and run down the sideline. We just have a little bit more belief left until we make those plays. And so, but you know what? I mean, I think one thing you have to say is you're seeing progress from week to week. And my only goal is before you can win, you have to play winning football. Penalties were way down. We didn't beat ourselves. So I just think, you see growth and you see movement forward. And, once it fully clicks, then we'll be pretty, to have the opening kickoff go back 70 yards is not what we wanted. But you know what? They rallied. And so I think you see that the kids have heart. And they're growing up and they're getting better in front of us.
That's on it right there, but just the fact that really no penalties, you had the one turnover there at the very end, but just playing the game, how good was that to see out of this group?
It was good, and really you're going to see, defensively, I know we're going to have a lot of those big plays, guys make a mistake, and so for me it's just, you're going to get so tired of me. I don't have great sound bites, but it's just complete and total commitment to the process of playing well. I told them going into the game, if we play better than OU, we'll win the game, and if we don't, we won't win the game. And so there's a lot of great plays they made that, one of our kids made a decision not to do what they're supposed to do. And so we coached them really hard tonight. The last couple weeks we've been like, hey, hang in there. Tonight we got after guys, and demanded that they did their job, demanded that they did these things. And as I said to them, it's time to grow up. This is what these games feel like. And so we're one stop away from having a chance. And so, but I am proud of the growth. So I think, as anything, when you win or lose, you're proud of what you're doing better, and you have to also be honest about what you're not doing well.
Matt, did Denzel make some of those catches like you kept talking about, make a contested catch? Looked like Denzel had that kind of game today.
Yeah, we challenged the receivers this week. We really challenged the receivers this week, and I thought they came through. And, Platt to make those plays and then Platt to get hurt. And, for other guys to step up. But Denzel just jumped up and made some tremendous plays. And so I'd still like to get the run game going a little bit more. But I think you just saw a true championship effort from a lot of guys. And the quarterback finding a way to put the ball where it needed to be with those guys.
Rhule scored and made it 14-7. How much did that change your attitude on the sideline? Guys feeling like they could get in?
I told them last night, I said, I hate to say this, but I said, you know what, I know how these games go, guys. They'll get up 7-0. They'll take the opening kickoff back. They'll get up 14-0, and we'll fight back. And so when they scored, I said, I told you it was going to be like this. And the second time, I told you it was going to be like this. And for our kids, we just want our kids to understand you don't win the game in the first quarter. You don't win the game in the second quarter. And so I thought our kids did a tremendous job of fighting back from adversity. And so I thought that early, like against Duke, we had an early touchdown and we had the lead. We're feeling good about ourselves, and also, we get hit. So for us to be down and have to fight back, I think that's what our team needs to grow up.
Does that give you a glimpse to be able to show the receivers and the whole offense, but the receivers in particular, when you make some of those catches, how this can help the rest of the offense be able to put some drives together?
Yeah, I think they felt that. I think they felt, they were out there recognizing that, when we don't beat ourselves, when we convert on third down, and I don't know what third down was here, we're, I don't know, probably in the 40%. When we were able to convert on third down, and when we were able to, make those big plays, but also make the routine plays, to get us in 2nd and 6. I think they saw how that unlocked everything else. And so, they challenged and they responded. So I'm proud of our receiving corps.
Now, what about the way you guys even fought to the end there? I mean, because you're down 18 in the 4th quarter, and you just kind of got yourself back in the game.
Yeah, I just think the offensive kids had a great belief that they could continue to move the football. I thought Connor Martin came up big. He missed that first field goal and came back and made some big field goals. And then, we went onside kicking for our defense to get the stop. I thought that was vital. And I thought Nixon called a great game. I thought that, some of those last play calls, Coach Glenn Thomas, Bick, I thought they all had some great ideas there in crucial situations. And really, Zach really executed. I thought he put the ball where it needed to be.
How did your offensive line, even though he got hit a lot, but your offensive line, with what you have, how they gelled tonight, and what was the difference in your opinion, especially with the injury?
I think Malin's been waiting for his opportunity. I think, Xavier Newman, to think about it, right, like Xavier Newman hasn't started ever, hasn't really played. He played like one series, I think. And Malin, Malin practices half the time at tight end, half the time at tackle. So for those guys to go out there, I just think, we called a good game in terms of getting them the right things. We're still not running the football at the level we need to. But, they're fighting, and they're trying, and they're competing, and that's all we can ask right now. And so, to throw the ball that many times, 60 times, you're going to get hit a few times, So I wish we would have been a little bit better down the stretch in crucial situations. And, let's be honest, we're a drop touchdown and another missed field goal away from, really being in the game. So, there's opportunities everywhere. I don't ever want to paint it one side. All of us are going to go in tomorrow and say, boy, if only, if only this would have happened, if only that would happen. And that's football. And that's why you work so hard so you can, hopefully minimize the mistakes that you make.
What do you think of Terrence Williamson?
Weren't really kind of because they're in that odd front, had to run the ball outside a little bit more and would have liked to maybe played him a little bit more, but also once the game kind of became that kind of a passing game, didn't see the sense of, kind of wearing him out, So he's back. He got some carries. He did some good things. And we'll, hopefully be able to get him, we go to play Kansas State, then we have a bye week, and hopefully some of our team can get healed up. We took some injuries tonight that are going to take a toll. And so hopefully we can get ourselves healed up and go on that 7-game stretch.
So what do you have the status reporter and Chris Platts? What's their situation?
When will I have that? When the doctors usually, they'll let me know something tomorrow. They usually, go take him to the hospital or, I don't know what they're doing with him. I don't really know very much about him right now, to be honest.
Touched on it a little bit, but just the performance of Zach tonight, having to throw the ball as many times.
I thought he was quick, decisive, got the ball where it needed to be. I thought he was brave. Thought he ran the ball when he had to, and he didn't. I don't think he threw a pick, right? No interceptions, so he didn't. He didn't turn the ball over, and so, we didn't turn the ball over. We had a chance to win the game.
Matt, can a performance like this, even without the win, allow that locker room to understand how close they are to winning against one of the elite teams or any team in this conference?
Well, I think they already, I really, people, sometimes because you're not there with us every day, people ask me, like, how did they still believe? Like, I'm telling you, this team this week was way easier to coach than the first week. And so every week, there's been more and more guys saying, what do I need to do? What do I need to do, Coach? What do we need? So as much as I would have liked to have beaten Liberty and UTSA and all those people, I was driving through downtown Waco yesterday, and the memorial, it has a little Lord Byron quote, from adversity comes truth. That never has a statement been more apropos in my life. So as we've gone through this valley, we just keep asking ourselves, what is God teaching us? What is the coach teaching us? I keep saying to myself, what am I supposed to learn from all this? And so I think they've really grown anyway. So now they see, we got this close, and it's still going to be the same things that caused us to lose against UTSA that caused us to lose today. A guy forgetting I have him, and the guy scores a touchdown. A guy has the A gap, and that's not to be negative. We coach it better, we get better, and we recognize that, so many of the kids that are out there playing, they're going to be playing for a long time, and they're going to go up to Norman next year, and they're going to be playing UT, and they're going to be playing at Kansas State. They're going to be playing all these kind of games week in and week out, and to do it, we can't beat ourselves.
I mentioned Nixon and Glenn Thomas. Did anything change tonight in how they were relaying information out on the field?
No, I mean, Jeff called the game, and, guys give solutions and, questions. I shut up a little bit more. I tried to be quiet tonight. And, I just think what we did last week was we just said to ourselves, we're just going to scale back a little bit of what we're doing and just make it really user-friendly and really challenge the players to go make plays. And, like my lovely wife over here, she had the receivers over to our house on Thursday night. And, this team is just a great group of kids. And so that's why I'm disappointed. I really want to win the game for them, But you know what? From adversity comes truth. We'll learn a little bit more about ourselves and about our team, and we'll come back next week, and we'll get better. And I just want them to keep believing in the process more and more and more, And I'll just say this because it's important that I say some of these things because I know a lot of our kids watch these. We were able to stay in this game because kids on our scout team like Will Jones and James Lockhart, they competed all week, and I thought our team was much more ready to play this week than they have been. Excuse me for I interrupted.
Oh, that was my fault.
Sorry.
I was going to say, talk about the play Taylor Young. I mean, he was outstanding.
Yeah, and he was passionate in the locker room, and he wanted to win. I kept subbing someone in for him, and he kept sending him back off the field, And I just think he so badly wants to play at a high level and wants to see his teammates play at a high level, and so it's always hard without seeing the tape. But I saw a bunch of plays where he flew around and made tackles and made plays in the quarterback, and I think we had him at 33% on third down early in the game. So you take away a couple early. One of the things we're kind of going through that phase on defense where it's like, run, just a run of bad plays, and then we settle down, then we play really well for a while, then a couple more run of bad plays, and as we get more mature and, more experienced, we hope that we can eliminate those runs or at least shorten them,
Are those big plays that you gave up on defense, are those all fixable, or are those things?
Everything's fixable, yeah. Everything's fixable. I want to make sure I don't take credit away from them. I thought their receivers and their tight end made some unbelievable plays on deep balls, in man coverage. And, the long ball down the left sideline, I thought, and then later on in the game, I thought Harrison made a couple plays. But I thought Phil did a good job adjusting and not playing quite as much man, so they didn't have, just the easy one-on-one shots. I thought we went into our three-down stuff, hoping to maybe give them some different looks. And really, at the end of the day, they just made some big, powerful runs, ran through some tackles at crucial times.
Talk about these guys continuing to believe every single week. The crowd tonight, the atmosphere, do you feel like, the Baylor fans are really starting to get on board as well?
My whole focus, and the reason why I'm able to just be me is because I only worry about the things I can control. And I 100% care about what my players think and process and what my family thinks. That being said, I always recognize when people are there for you. I thought our crowd tonight was passionate and was inspiring to walk off the field to that. That being said, we're going to go on the road, and I thought our crowd last week was amazing in Durham, and so when you go through these things that we're going through right now, sometimes it really teaches you to know what's important, and the people that truly love you and care for you and have your back, the people that were standing out there at the Bear Walk today, the people that send me notes and, walk by and walk up to me and are positive to our kids. That's what, family is. And so, a lot of you guys asked me this week, why should people come to the game? Because it's a good football game. That was a good football game. And I wish we would have won it. I wish I would have been able to do a little bit more to help our kids win it. But as I said, that to me is a team everyone should support and get behind. And you know what? We'll continue to kind of go like this at times, and it's our job to just keep pushing them, to play at the highest level we can play. And let me make this very clear. As I tell them, people are going to pat them on the back and say, hey, that was a great game. That is not good enough. We're not come to Baylor to have moral victories. And so I don't care if we're young. I don't care if we're hurt. I don't care. We're going to continue to get better. And go play a great Kansas State team next week and see if we can't go compete against them at a high level.
Early impressions of having Tayon and Graylin back in the secondary, and also Harrison Hand looking like he's growing up some more again.
Yeah, we don't really, I'm on the headset, and I don't know if you probably, it's hard to believe, but Coach Snow's pretty intense on the headset. And I haven't heard him talk about Harrison in 2 weeks. I mean, it seems like Harrison's really playing at a high level, and Blake's coming around. It seemed like Graylin, made some plays. He had that one long ball down the sideline, which, the guy, he kind of got positioned out and caught the ball, but, you have to fight for those balls. We're going to give up some deep balls in this league. It's hard for me to see the safety play, because we're rotating guys. And I know we've rotated a lot of guys through, but we'll watch the film and like everything else, there'll be some good things, there'll be some bad things, and we're never going to be happy giving up 50 points. We're just never going to be okay with that. So we're not going to, we're going to continue to work until we're a really good defense.
Going back to what you can control and, how you focus on the family, the players, and things of that nature. You always talk about the process and how you say that, your team's buying in and everything, but there's one point in this game around the third quarter where y'all coming back, you actually took the lead, and it just felt like your team, crowd aside, truly believed it. It seemed like it was a team on the field, that they were in this game and knew that they belonged here. Believe with that?
Well, I think even being down 14-0, I think that they showed that. I guess my only point over here was just I felt that each week. The first week we're in the hotel and I'm yelling about putting our phones away. And now, I'm the last one to chapel. I'm the last one to dinner because everyone's down there. So I think they're understanding the link between doing what you're supposed to do and believing in the people around you and how it relates to football. And so, these lessons are hard, but when you learn them for life. And so I'd rather learn them now, So, but I'm proud of them. And they come out to work every day. And, they're hurting in there, but they had each other's back. And so, there's never been more of a sense of team than there was in there just now. And so I'm very proud of that. We also have to get better as a football team, but they are certainly. I wouldn't say they're even buying. I think they're trying. They're definitely trying to buy in. It's hard. This is hard learning how to do something new. But when you learn it, then you learn it for life.
Did you mention Porter's injury and what
He got hurt, rolled up on the first drive, so maybe an ankle. Xavier Jones went down with a lower leg injury. So we had some guys really go down. So it'll be interesting to see the medical report. You guys know I care greatly about those players. So hopefully they're all okay. We'll see. But it looked like some of them were severe.